Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I'm Creole, one half of Untwisting the Game Crypto, where we discuss all things Bitcoin, Polkadot, and Cardano. Today, I want to discuss the Edgeware project by reviewing an article titled Edgeware, a multi-chain reality, not just a solo chain. I will also provide a brief refresher course on the differences between the relay chain and parachains. The article I'll be reviewing was released by CoinMonks, a non-profit crypto educational publication, and written by Ramsey R., a new core community contributor and agency member of Edgeware. Now, this article will cover several different topics, including the Edgeware philosophy, features, and capabilities. It also covers and will provide clarity on its upcoming Kusama Parachain, Kabocha. And finally, there's a question and answer section which provides an update on the upcoming Edgeware Snapshot. Before we begin the article, let's first discuss a little bit about what is Edgeware. And I'll provide all of these links in the description below. But Edgeware is it's a permissionless, non-proof of stake blockchain platform for smart contracts, and it's conducting experiments now with on-chain governance. So why is that special? What is on-chain governance? On-chain governance is a system for managing and implementing changes to a blockchain, okay? But in this type of governance, rules for instituting these changes are actually encoded into the blockchain protocol itself. So developers would need to propose changes through code updates, and each node throughout the system would then vote on whether to accept or reject those proposed changes. What makes also Edgeware so special? It has a community managed treasury. It's a decentralized protocol system and a network of DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations. And if you don't know too much about those organizations, I definitely suggest you read up on them. DeFi was the craze, NFT was the craze, and I believe the next evolution of blockchain craze would be DAOs. Now on Edgeware, what makes it special also is that Ethereum developers can deploy Solidity EVM smart contracts, and it allows new developers who can get started with Rust or WebAssembly. So it's currently the best option for developers who have created their smart contracts and want to deploy to a live Polkadot Kusama environment. Okay. back to the article here. There starts off with a photo of this is actually Kusama. Kusama is a Japanese artist who is referred to as the Princess of Polka Dots because she incorporates polka dots in all of her paintings, sculptures, performances, and installations. Beginning the article here. Whereas Kusama is Polkadot's experimental canary net cousin, Edgeware is Polkadot's secret love child and is quietly blooming in the background. In this post, we talk about Edgeware and their second special purpose chain called Kabocha, a parachain on Kusama, and how it all relates. So let's take this moment before we dive deep into this article to do a little refresher on the differences between relay chains and parachains. Now, I have a photo up that I pulled up here. It's an image of the Polkadot ecosystem, and it is bridged to the Kusama ecosystem. So if you are familiar with what's going on with Polkadot and Kusama now, we are in the middle of Kusama parachain auctions. So just like with Polkadot, Kusama consists of a relay chain, and then there are parachains connected to the relay chain. So you have to think of Kusama as an early unrefined release of Polkadots. Kusama serves as a proving ground for these projects to connect to before they move on to connecting and having parachain auctions to the Polkadot ecosystem. So what is a relay chain? And I will keep this brief because I've discussed this in greater detail in past episodes. But again, just as a refresher here. So I pulled up an image straight from the Polkadot.js website that shows a relay chain. The relay chain is this gray chain in the middle. And a relay chain is really composed up of a relatively small number of transaction types that includes ways to interact with governance mechanisms, parachain options, and also participating in nominated proof of stake. So the relay chain has deliberately minimal functionality for a reason. And for instance, no smart contract capabilities are supported on the relay chain. The relay chain's main responsibility is to coordinate the system as a whole. Now, this photo also shows validators. These validators, they actually secure the relay chain. Validators perform two main functions. One, they verify information from the parachain is valid. And second, they participate in consensus mechanisms to produce relay chain blocks. And then we have the parachain, which is in the middle of the coallators and the validators. The parachain is an application-specific data structure that is globally coherent and validatable by the validators of the relay chain. Okay, so most commonly, a parachain will take the form of a blockchain, but there is no specific need for them to actually be blockchains. Keep that in mind. Parachains are maintained by the network of these coallators, the pink dots on top of the parachain here. And the coallators, their main responsibility is just maintaining the parachains by collecting the parachain transactions. Okay, that was just a brief top-level refresher. And if you want me to discuss in further detail the differences between Polkadot, Kusama, parachains, and relay chains, just definitely leave me a note in the comments. So let's move on back to the article here. This section is where did it start? Born out of Polkadot's philosophy of multi chain minimalism, Edgeware was the first ever chain built with the substrate programming framework. Straight after Polkadot and Kusama were launched back in 2018, and has been touted to be the first to enter the Polkadot Relay network as a parachain. It's community managed. Flexing with substrate programming framework has to offer with sophisticated on-chain governance, enabling treasury proposal decisions and seamless upgrades. Edgeware has been creating blocks for almost 2 years with a community-led philosophy from the get-go and without VC backers or ICOs. Becoming a multi-chain mother. Starting out as a solo chain with smart contract functionality has given it a sense of independence with all the capabilities that a multi-chain has to offer, but also with a streak of single chain maximalism. And they say in parentheses Ethereum here. Like a short of mixed breed stallion and show pony. But Edgeware looks like it's evolving into the inevitable multi-chain mannerisms of its parent, focusing on breeding other chains in its own kind of way, spawning new special purpose chains, and taking sizable governance control or voting shares in each of them. Thus forming an Edgeware multi-chain ecosystem where Edgeware sits as the mommy chain, the mommy main chain. This, I believe, is where a significant amount of focus should go and will contribute to Edgeware being an extreme valuable multi-chain utility. This shortest post will answer some questions, summarize, and give some clarity about at least what I think Edgeware's future as a multi-chain ecosystem and its first child, Kabocha, Edgeware's Parachain on Kusama. About me, a community engineer contributor. Firstly, quick introduction. I'm Ramsey. I've been an active Edgeware community participant since February 2021. I've taken a real liking to the Polkadot philosophy, and I'm doubling down on the substrate programming framework by taking at least the past 10 months investing in learning and skills around substrate, from customizing the logic of the blockchain using Rust to the lower level networking components of a node, validation, block finality, WASM blods, parachains, relays, and coallators, with its in-depth documentation and learning materials. I'm working on integrating Edgeware's parachain called Kabocha with the Kusama relay network. What excites me the most? The reason why I'm here is because I'm witnessing the very sophisticated, secure, and decentralized on-chain governance in action. Humans are self-governing, without borders, without the need for registration of a company or bank accounts, and completely parallel to the state. And really, the world needs to know this. I imagine many more humans will organize and function in this way, including companies, cooperatives, non-governmental organizations, and even governments. I am interested in designing functionality that will further develop governance and treasury, also known as decentralized governance. Spawner of chains. It's understandable in the early stages of these next generation chains, they start as a solo chain and have the need to fend for themselves. Edgeware's smart contracts and EVM capabilities with eco-friendly nominated proof of stake consensus algorithm makes it an attractive option for many kinds of dApps from DeFi to NFTs to come and build upon the Edgeware blockchain in an Ethereum kind of way. But that approach is in stark contrast to what multi-chain minimalism is all about. Multi-chain minimalism is where dApps get converted into their own special purpose chains that interoperate with other chains. Yet, when I first took a glimpse of Edgeware, it was set up for the maximalist approach, the Ethereum type approach, if you will, to be a solo chain with dApps built on them, a general smart contract chain. This naturally created some philosophical tension for Edgeware. On the one hand, looking to host projects in a maximalist way, but on the other hand, destined for a minimalist multi chain reality. So, this is very interesting. This developer is telling us that the philosophy of Edgeware has kind of evolved since he's been working on the project the past 10 or so months. What's really interesting, and we're going to see this definitely moving into the future with a lot of blockchains, especially those blockchains related to the Polkadot ecosystem, is that the way substrate is formed allows a blockchain to become a multi-chain blockchain. And what I mean by that is that these dApps and NFTs, they don't have to be smart contracts, right? These dApps, DeFi programs, and NFTs can be their own blockchain, and they're plugging into Edgeware, and Edgeware is going to plug into Kusama and also plug into Polkadot. So it's really exciting where the future of all of these blockchains are heading. So, you know, there's a lot of blockchain maximalists out there, Bitcoin maximalist, Ethereum maximalist, Cardano, Polkadot, but Polkadot is really trying to link all blockchains together. Let's move on in the article. No need for just a smart contract mentality. Gone is the need for building applications with smart contracts only. You can build whatever you want as a blockchain without designing them with smart contracts. And just a side note here, this is so important. And this is what Michelle and I have been saying to our Untwisting the Game community for the past almost half a year now, is that a lot of Ethereum maximalists, they put so much weight on smart contracts, right? They say your blockchain isn't important if you aren't able to deploy smart contracts. But that's so far from the case. And this developer is proving this here. Moving on in the article. You can build a custom blockchain with all of the Rust programming language at your fingertips, or at least a growing list of composable and customizable substrate palette modules available to plug and play. So let's move on to the community member questions here. Let me check the chat. Let's see. Oh, Got It is in the chat. He says hello, hello. And I also see Michelle's in the chat too. If you have any questions or any comments, let me know, because this is a live stream and I really want to engage with the community or just answer questions with anybody who has questions. Okay, let's move on to the community member questions. A lot of good questions from the community, and the developer Ramsey answers them all perfectly. So let's look at the first question here. Will Edgeware be building a parachain on the relay networks like Polkadot and Kusama? Ramsey answers by saying, yes, indeed. In the near term, Edgeware is creating its own parachain called Kabocha, which will be connected to the Kusama relay network. Actually, I have the honor of making the integration. I attained this honor as a community member who made an on-chain proposal to take on the duty and responsibility to make the parachain integration, as well as some bridging connections with other chains. I want to point out something right here. And this is so important when we look at blockchains, look at their functionality, and see how they will be used in the future. So open protocols or open source projects are always going to beat out privately held projects, because here we have a community member who, just joined the Edgeware project maybe 10 months ago. He created an on-chain proposal. It was voted on, and he now has the privilege to work on the Parachain integration. So anyone around the world with any type of coding knowledge or any idea can come to Edgeware with a proposal, put it on chain, it's voted on, and it's beautiful. The community in Polkadot is just so beautiful, especially with the open source creativity behind so many projects in the Polkadot ecosystem. And that's not just for Polkadot, but there's other blockchains out there that have open source or on-chain proposal types. Okay, the second question here, will you still be focusing on Edgeware? And he answers, by this question, do you mean, should we all drop our bags and go running to set up a new parachain and neglect Edgeware? Absolutely not. Actually, completely on the contrary. This is important. He says, the aim of creating parachains is not to create competing chains to hedge our bets against Edgeware, but to actually create a complementary chain that each serve a unique purpose for the Edgeware ecosystem. In this case, we are creating a parachain that connects with all of the other chains on the Kusama Relay Network to participate in the very important and cutting-edge feats of blockchain engineering and partake in the delivery of relay parachain systems. Kabocha is Edgeware's parachain and will only serve to increase the value of Edgeware. And this is a question that Michelle and I had with each other back and forth when we first started learning about parachains and these projects. Would it take away from a blockchain's value if the team is working on other parachains? And the answer to that is no. And he beautifully lays that out here in this answer. Because if you think about it, if you have a blockchain, okay, and you want to connect to Kusama or Polkadot, the more parachains that you have and the more connections to other chains that you have only makes your main chain or your main, in this case, Edgeware blockchain more valuable. And this is why I kind of push back on maximalism, because you want to have these bridges and connections to every blockchain that you can, right? Because in the future, everything's going to be connected. All these blockchains are going to be connected to each other, and they're going to be able to communicate and transact value back and forth. Let's go to the next question from a community member. The question is, will Edgeware holders get Kabocha tokens? Okay, this is huge because this is the first time I'm really hearing of this. But he answers yes. On August 15th, 2021, not yet confirmed, a snapshot of the chain state, that means balances both staked and unstaked, will be uploaded on the Kabocha network, where the same distribution of balances will be applied to Kabocha. So I know I have a couple of bags of Edgeware. I'm actually staking my Edgeware now. I may do a video on how to stake the Edgeware on the Polkadot.js app's website. But this is huge. I did not know that there is going to be a snapshot coming in less than a month, in about 28 days. So in these Edgeware tokens, they can be staked or unstaked. Now, I'm not for sure which exchanges will honor the snapshot, but I'm sure there'll be some more information coming in the near future. But always, if you have your Polkadot ecosystem tokens on your Polkadot.js wallet, that will put you in place to receive the KAB Kabocha tokens. Next question here. Won't that take value out of Edgeware tokens? That's a good question. He answers by saying, in my opinion, Edgeware as the main chain in a multi-chain ecosystem will only increase its utility and value manifold, as opposed to a standalone chain with many bridges, especially if Edgeware will own sizable voting shares in all those chains. So let's break down what he just said, because this is so important. And it really clarified some things for me. So Edgeware is a base layer blockchain here. Instead of building bridges to other blockchains, what they have decided to do is build a multi-chain ecosystem with multiple parachains or multiple connections within the Edgeware ecosystem itself. And so if you're holding the Edgeware token, you'll be able to vote in each one of these parachains, okay? So if you're holding Edgeware, you'll have a considerable, sizable voting share in all of the chains that's associated with Edgeware. And he breaks it down with an example that kind of clarifies things for you. He says, for example, if Kabocha tokens, the KAB, had a $400 million market cap, Edgeware would have about 20% control. So then it would have control of about 80 million of Kabocha shares. So if Edgeware had 20% control in 20 different chains that spawned from the Edgeware ecosystem, who each had an average of, let's just say, $400 million market cap, then Edgeware would have $1.6 billion worth of control of 20 different chain tokens. This would reflect in the Edgeware token price, given it no less than $1.6 billion valuation. He does say a sideline here. Maybe someone can correct me here for who is more of a technical analyst. But the point is, Edgeware's children will only complement Edgeware. So that was really eye-opening for me. And really, when you stop back and when you sit down, step back and think about it, that's true. The more projects and the more parachains, the more chains under the Edgeware blockchain, the larger it is going to be and the larger the value of that Edgeware token will be. Okay, a couple more questions here, and I'll end the stream. First, let me check at the chat here. Got it. He replied, "United." Yes, united, and that's why Michelle and I have been so bullish on the Polkadot ecosystem, because when you really look at these different projects, it's absolutely beautiful how they're all cooperating and working together. Polkadot is going to be one of the largest blockchains in the future, simply because of its ability to unite and work together. Okay, next question. We're going back to the article. The question says, Edgeware will create relay chains. Ramsey answers by saying, Edgeware may spawn relay chains who would each have multiple parachains. In 10 years, when crypto eats into fiat and the decentralized web becomes the web, Edgeware could be a very important community and leading governance hub for many chains. There are probably some oversimplifications to what I'm saying, and things will change more dynamically, but at least that is the general idea of how Edgeware could retain value. Before I move on, let me just say this. And I'm speaking to the Untwisting the Game community and also those who have asked Michelle and I questions about market caps and where do you think the cryptocurrency industry will go. Crypto is going to eat everything of value, okay? That means all of the money in the world. That means the entire internet itself will be built on top of a blockchain. So that's why we discourage chasing and investing and gambling in meme coins like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, because there's so many projects out there right now that are going to be here for the next 10, 20 years. So when people ask me, when you plan on cashing out? I don't. You know, these tokens I'm buying now, I'm going to be passing down to my children. And what's so special about nominated proof of stake is that I can continue to invest in these proof of stake coins, stake them, and receive passive income. So I really never have to sell the underlying asset. Back to the article here. It's not all about tokens and market caps. And he's right. Having said that, it's not all about market caps. Many chains that Edgeware would spawn would be common good chains that have no token whatsoever. And that's a good point. As you start researching the Polkadot ecosystem, you'll see that some chains are designated as common good chains. Those chains do not have tokens because those blockchains are labeled common good because they are needed for the betterment of the entire Polkadot ecosystem. Some of these chains may be more valuable to the public than the token fuel chains. Some of these chains may play a key role in how humans manage the most important public assets, both physical and virtual. And stop me if you have any questions in the chat. And I do, even after the live stream, um, we do stay up to date with people posting comments and whatnot. So even if you have a question a day, a week, a month, a year from now, definitely put it in the comments and we'll be happy to answer. Okay, I believe this is the last community question here. It states, why the name Kabocha? And he says, Kabocha means pumpkin in Japanese. It refers to the Japanese pumpkins that are the obsession of Japanese artist Kusama. And again, here's a picture of her with a polka dot pumpkin. She pioneered polka dot art. This is where the name Polkadot and Kusama names come from. Kusama literally loves kabochas. And actually, I implore you to go Google this Japanese artist, Kusama. She has some very interesting and colorful installations, and paintings, and sculptures. So wrapping up here, Ramsey ends the article by saying, in my opinion, the future is very exciting for Edgeware. We have a great community of humans, mostly in for the long term, and some awesome thought leaders, both technical and successful in prior industries, who have come to the Edgeware community to share ideas and design systems with the next generation on-chain governance that will enable the humanity to thrive. All the best, Ramsey, also known as Decentration. So I will leave this article in the description below. If you, I'm going back to the chat here. Blockchain Monkey says, "Let go." Yes, Blockchain Monkeys, we are really excited about what's going on in the Polkadot ecosystem. I can't say this enough. I was this excited back in 2017, 18 about Cardano, and we see where Cardano has gone. I think I may even be more excited about the Polkadot ecosystem, and it's so early in the system. Let's just look at some tokenomics here, some token metrics. And again, if you want me to take a deeper dive into the Edgeware platform and discuss tokenomics, I'll be happy to do that. Just like the video, leave me a comment below, and I would love to do that. But let's just take a look here. I mean, right now, Edgeware is what, 0.4 cents? Wow, that's a steal. The market cap is only 24 million for Edgeware right now. And we already know Edgeware is going to be the first parachain on Polkadot. Okay, let's take that in consideration. Now, the circulating supply is 5 billion tokens. That's quite a bit. So don't expect Edgeware to go to $100 or $1,000 anytime soon. But we can reasonably expect Edgeware to hit, and this is not financial advice. This is just how I look at projects. We can reasonably expect a 10x this cycle on Edgeware. I mean, a $240 million market cap is nothing for a project that's doing so much, and a project that's going to be a parachain on Polkadot. Wow. Right now, the market cap rank is 572. The all-time high of Edgeware was 5 cents, and that was 4 months ago. So you can reasonably expect a 10x on Edgeware by December. Not financial advice. All-time low was zero point 0.1 cents. So, I mean, we're almost a decrease, a minus 100% since its all-time high 4 months ago. And I'm actually seeing this with a lot of the Polkadot tokens right now, is that they're on sale. All these tokens are on a flash sale. So I've been gobbling a lot of things up. You can get this on Bittrex, Gate.io, MXC Global, which I use. And again, not your keys, not your cheese. So if you do use exchanges to buy these tokens, get them off. Get the Polkadot, .js wallet, and it costs fractions of a fraction of a penny to move Edgeware around right now. Let me go back to the chat before I wrap this up here. Ebro, not financial advice, do your own research, says, we'll be watching this on playback. Thank you. He continues, he says, do we know if there are unlocks on Edgeware and how much is going to the team and the community? I glanced a little bit about the Edgeware Tokenomics. Actually, let's look that up right now. I remember reading something. Let's just go to the white paper. And you got to remember, Edgeware did not have any type of ICO. So they were let's just look at the tokenomics here. Governance. Okay, Edgeware token page 5. Let's just take a look. And I think I was looking at a different chart earlier, but give me 1 second. Let me find exactly what I was looking at. And it really broke down. And if I can't find it here, I'm going to have to do a different video. Mission News Docs. Gosh, what website was that? I'm sorry, Ebro. I can't find that information off the top of my head right now, but I will do a deeper dive and go over the here it is, tokenomics. Okay, total initial supply 5 billion. So anytime you see initial supply, that's not a max supply. Like Bitcoin has a max supply of 21 million. So we're just starting off with 5 billion tokens now. It says the amount of Edgeware minted will remain the same year after year, causing the percentage inflation to be deflationary. That's good. With a yearly inflation falling to approximately 6.6% in the second year and so on. Maximum stake, no maximum here. Discusses the inflation rate. Let's see if they discuss the disbursement of the Edgeware token. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there wasn't like a pre-sale of this. See an edit. Okay, here's the supply chart. Let's look at the supply chart. And I'm kind of going out on a tangent here, but Ebro did have a good question. I'm going to try to find you the answer right now. So we do see the token supply is going to increase significantly over the years. But, I'm buying this token because of, for one, it's going to be the first Parachain on Polkadot, and there's so many projects that's going to be built off of Edgeware. So the token is going to have even more value moving into the future. Okay, maybe it's on the treasury here. Let me just look one more place for you, Ebro. But I'll leave this link. Just go to the Edgeware I think it's edge.re site. Minimum of 1,000. Plausible projects. So it doesn't look. I know there wasn't an ICO for this project, but it doesn't look like. So when you ask what's going to the team, you want to look at the treasury here. So plausible project concepts. And so, like the author was saying, he uploaded his proposal to the on-chain governance of Edgeware. It was voted on, and he, got a chance to work his proposal. Okay, Edgeware's accrual to the treasury kind of breaks down everything here. Again, Ebro, I will leave this in the chat and you can do your own research, and I'll come back again with a deeper dive into the tokenomics here. Yeah, proposed to spend on chain. All that information is right here. Okay, let me go back to the chat. He says, Ebro says again, if there are vesting periods, I don't believe so. You buy the token and you can stake instantly. That's what I have done on the Polkadot.js apps/apps site. If there was a sell round to VCs, no, there was not a sell round to VCs. I do know that question, the answer to that question. Ebro continues to say, need to know if there is going to be a major dump down the line. Always a little worried when a crypto doesn't have a max supply. I agree with that. I am worried. Now, as an investor who wants to see 10x, 100x, 1000x gains, not having a max supply, I do kind of hesitate there. Again, I'm not investing in, and this is not financial advice. I am not buying the Edgeware token for it to go to $5. I'm buying the Edgeware token right now because it's going to have value 5 to 10 years from now, because it's going to have value with the other chains that are going to attach to it. And go back and listen to the beginning of this video and you'll understand what I'm talking about, Ebro. Okay, Ebro, I'm back to the chat here. Can you leave the link in the Discord group? Yes, I will. And thank you for bringing the Discord up. We always continue the conversations on our Discord. You can find us in the description. The link is in the description, and you'll have direct access to Michelle and I. You can send us messages directly, and the Discord is live. We've got a great community that we're building, and it's all natural. So I will kind of leave it at that. Let me go back to the chat one more time. Okay. And really, I meant this to be a 30-minute video, but we did have some good questions. Please, I will go back now and put some timestamps throughout the video, but go back and listen to this from the beginning, because this is a really interesting project. We know it's going to be absolutely massive. We know Kusama is going to be massive. We know Polkadot is going to be massive-er. Because why? Because there's so many developers working on these chains. And Polkadot right now is a steal. What, it's under $13? Okay, let me not get excited. I'm going to go ahead and close out here. Thank you for joining. I'll leave you with a little music. And again, a free way to support the channel is to give us a like. It doesn't hurt you, You like the video because it allows us to get more reach. And again, I have no ads on any of our videos, so we're not doing this for money. But reach out to us on the Discord. Thank you for all the likes and the subscribes. Have a good evening. And I will actually be here again live tomorrow for the Bitcoin weekly close. And I also have, if I can find the video of a really good example or candidate for Bitcoin Idiot of the Week. And I'll also be discussing a little bit about Bitcoin DeFi and what Jack Dorsey is planning and what he has up his sleeves. Really interesting. Well, thank you for joining. I'm Creole, one half of Untwisting the Game Crypto, where we discuss all things Bitcoin, Polkadot, and Cardano. Have a good evening. I mean, come on, look at this massive discount.